single.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm lonely.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the opportunity to ask me out.
Oh, that's great, but yeah, I'm good.
Are you sure? Okay,
Yeah.
well, what are you doing right now?
I'm going back to my dorm.
Can I come? I'm really lonely.
It's alright, you can find another guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, bye. Have a good day.
Enjoy me getting rejected for a minute straight.
I just want to say I think you're really cute, and I was wondering if I could get your Snapchat.
Fuck no.
Excuse me?
Nah. I'm good. Trust me. I don't know, you just kind of busted looking.
I was wondering if I can get your Snapchat.
No.
Is there a reason? Just.
No offense. I'm only into like blonde chicks, to be honest.
But I mean, I used to be blonde.
But you're not blind. You see, that's the problem.
Okay, well.
You kind of look like Miss Piglet from the Muppets. I'm sorry. Have a good day.
A little bit of satire and humor in those clips. I can honestly foresee this type of stuff happening. Matter of fact, it already happens more often than you realize. Women getting out of their comfort zone, approaching guys, shooting a shot, make things happen, taking action, as opposed to just sitting back and letting things come to them. See, women don't really understand what it means to approach and shoot their shot. Only thing they're used to doing is guys just coming up to them and saying, hey, how are you? And flagging them down and saying, hey. But they don't really understand the other side of it. What it takes, the courage, the anxiety that a man goes through, the things he's thinking, the things he's wondering about. So now they're gonna get a dose of reality. See, too many guys have approached women, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 women, however many in their life, 100, 200, and they're seeing, I'm not getting any results out of it. Even if you approach 100 women and the success rate is maybe 4 or 5, that's not really, worth it, to be honest with you, for most men. So the odds are against us. Matter of fact, if a woman would actually approach 100 guys, right? Scenario. The first 100 guys that she found attractive, how many do you think is going to say, okay, cool, we can hang out. Okay, I'll give you my number. Oh, let's get together and make something happen. How many? I'll say a good 90 of them. So she has a good 9 out of 10 chance of dudes actually accepting her approach and being more receptive. Women, on the other hand, right, they are usually turn guys down. So if a guy approaches 100 women, what are the odds? You say maybe 3 to 4, maybe 5. And on top of that, they play a lot of silly, wishy-washy games. So after you get the number, you have to set something up. You got to hope that she's still interested and she's not fickle and flaky. You set the date up and you go from there. So there's a lot that a man has to go through. On top of that, you got to plan the date, you got to pay for the date, and you got to hope everything goes well and there's no miscues or misfires, nothing like that, or you don't say anything off. So there's a lot that us men have to go through. The burden of performance is on our shoulders. And women don't realize that until men stop approaching, until they get tired of guys on dating apps shooting their shot and dudes they're not really into. They're like, man, I'm going to have to go up to guys now. Yeah, because most men have already done that. Let's be honest. You've probably shot your shot maybe 5 to 10, 15, 20 times, however many times. And out of those, let's say minimum 10 times, how many women did you get? Maybe 1, maybe 2, and that's a harsh maybe. How many did you hook up and have sex with? How many did you go on an actual date with? Probably 1 out of those 10. So those odds are not really on our side as men, but they're actually on women's side. So they're going to realize that I need to get out here or else I'm going to be alone. I was going to be stuck on dating apps with guys that I'm not really into. See, women miss that face-to-face interaction, those situations that get her going. That's what every woman wants. They like when a guy in real life approaches them, not online dating, because online dating is pretty much fake, right? It's just a ton of dudes, a sausage fest, that are shooting their shot at women left and right. They get 100, 200, 300,000 matches, a ton of likes, but those dudes don't really like them like that, right? So if a guy approaches them in real life, it means way more than 1,000 matches she has online, right? So if one dude approaches her, she's like, wow, this really made my day. She gets numb to the online dating experience, right? The virtual experience where she's just messaging guys and they're saying, hey, beautiful. when a guy approaches, when he musters up the courage, when he says, okay, hey, how's it going? My name is Dearest. I noticed you over there. What's your name? And she's like, oh, wow. This is something I haven't experienced in a long time, right? And as a matter of fact, things are starting to get a little bit better for men. I'll say this, because not a lot of guys are approaching women. Not a lot of guys are starting up with just a genuine conversation and making things happen. Most dudes, let's be honest, they sit online and they just, cast their net and they hoping that woman actually, hangs out with them. And usually she's unattractive or unappealing, right? So if you are that good looking dude, if you work on yourself, if you build yourself up, what's going to happen is you're going to start to see a lot of women taking note and looking at you. Heck, I get a lot of looks right now, right? That's because I work on my body, I work on my presentation, my image, and women can't help to look at that masculine guy. If you've really worked hard, if you really just keep yourself together, well-groomed, guys, there's going to be a ton of women who are going to come up to you or just not necessarily approach you in a way directly, but they're going to, come around you and ask you questions, right? You're going to be at the store, they're going to say, oh, they're running out of bread, or they're just going to strike up a meaningless, silly conversation. And you're going to be like, oh, yeah, and you probably won't realize it, but you're like, man, that girl tried to talk to me. That girl, she tried to start a conversation. It happens all the time. When you're out somewhere, you're doing something, and a woman just starts to, have a casual conversation. This is how women shoot their shot. They might comment on your shoes. They might comment on your hat, the type of sweater or whatever you have on, whatever jacket. And they're trying to get you to notice them. They're trying to start a conversation. Now, doesn't mean it's going to go right. Maybe she's just, talking to you or just having a conversation to get attention. But a lot more women are going to start shooting their shot. They're going to start approaching men because they have to, because men are like, man, I'm not doing this game no more. A lot of men, believe it or not, they have checked out. I mean, completely out of the dating game, completely out of mating game, and that sort of scheme that they think is a scam. They say, I'm not doing it anymore. And do I blame them? No. Because men have the burden to actually, number one, approach a woman, get her number, set up the date, do a whole bunch of different things, try to wow her. And it's like, man, it's almost like a lose-lose situation for most men. And a lot of women don't understand the courage, the amount of intestinal fortitude, the strength that you have to push through to shoot your shot. And on top of that, she has to like you. Like rejection, let's be honest, it doesn't feel good to most men. Most people don't like you rejected. But as a man, if you want to get good at interacting with women, you have to get through it. You have to be almost numb, right? It's kind of like a double-edged sword. But women, they never have to get really rejected in their life. And when they get rejected one time, they're like, man, wow, that's what am I going to do? And let's be honest, if a woman actually approaches you and tries to talk to you, you probably looking around like something's going on. They're like, is the camera set up? I mean, what's going on? Because women rarely, if ever, do it. So if you do get approached by a woman, you're going to be kind of like, is this a prank? I mean, is this a joke? Like, what's the deal? What's here? What's the catch-22, right? And that's just how it's gonna really start getting. I've had women approach me and talk to me and say, so, what kind of shoes are those? What's your favorite color? And I didn't realize it way back when, but I'm like, oh, that woman, she was trying to talk to me. Older women usually talk to you like that. They usually approach you. The younger women, they're like, they'll look at you real quick, and that's their choosing signal. But as you start to get older, as women start to get older, they got to realize, I'm going to have to get out here. Because the attractive men, they're not necessarily really on dating apps like that, right? Now you get some men that are on there, but if a woman wants a quality guy, a quality interaction, and not a sausage fest, not a lot of dudes say, hey, let's just hang out, let's Netflix and chill. She's going to have to actually get out there. She's going to say, hey, how are you? Hey, and whatever she's going to have to do to make things happen. And if she doesn't want to do that, then it's all her fault. Then she's going to be alone. Then she's going to be stuck to dating apps where all dudes want to do is just smash. 99.99999% of dudes just want to hook up real quick, right? So this is the future of dating. It's going to be part of it, where women will start to have to say hi to you in the street. They're going to have to smile. They're going to have to be courteous. They're going to have to say, hey, I noticed you. They're going to have to do something, because if they don't, they're going to be alone. Because men are starting to say, man, the heck with this. I'm done with the dating game. This is it for me. It's over. And I'm going to wait till women approach me, and, I'm going to maybe get on a dating app here and there and try to get something quick. Women need that positive interaction. They need some sort of stimulation from men in real life. And if they get that, man, that will make their day, whether they get rejected or not.